Hi, welcome to Get It Affinity. If you're new to this channel, it's all about personal growth and motivation, becoming the best version of us. So hit like and subscribe if you like motivational content. So let's jump into it. I just wanted to sit here and talk to you guys about leveling up in 2025. There's so many different avenues to consider. There's so many different ways that we could do that. A lot of the things that happen during the holiday season, if you're like me, is holidays all about reflection, family time, and kind of thinking ahead into the next year. But I also like to pause and reflect. I also have a video on that, so if you haven't seen it, go check it out. And the whole point of that is reflecting on all the good and all the changes that have happened this past year and just throughout your life, and just knowing that you have accomplished so much. I feel like in this day and age of social media, it just makes it seem like you blink and somebody goes from living a normal life to making it in the concept of what we consider making it, because it's different for all of us. And it happens like in a blink of an eye. But in reality, is a lot of the times people are putting in the work. People are doing so much behind the scenes that they're not posting. They're not posting the ugly, the hard work, the sweat and blood that you're pouring into all the work that you're doing to accomplish the goals that you want. So one of the first things that I do before looking forward to 2025 is do a pause and reflection on what has been accomplished in this past year. And a lot of the times we think that the accomplishments have to be so big, that the accomplishments have to be drastic, that the transformations, anybody can see them. But in reality, it's usually all these small little steps that we're taking that continue to build. Like if you were building something with building blocks, you're not going to just pick one piece and then all of a sudden the whole castle you're building, it's complete. No, you build piece by piece. And as you're adding and as you're constructing, the whole picture starts to come and make that scene for you. So if you kind of see that in your brain a little bit. So think about that in your life. There's a lot of changes that you go through. There's a lot of things that have happened in this past year, whether good or bad. There's always a learning lesson in that to take into account when you're moving forward. So let's jump into leveling up into 2025. So one of the things that I enjoy doing a lot is writing resolutions for the new year, things that I want to accomplish, things that I want to tackle, things that maybe I had for my 2024 list that didn't get accomplished, and I'm just moving them forward to the next year. Because life happens, we're busy. Everybody that I know is either working 1, 2 jobs, have families, juggling in between so many things, that writing things down makes it easier for your brain to kind of comprehend and see it and be like, oh, this is what I want to do. This is how I want to work and move forward into 2025. So if you haven't done resolutions, I highly recommend them. They don't have to be super complicated. Keep a pen and paper, keep a little journal or notebook. I think that's the best advice that I could give you on accomplishing your goals and your dreams going forward. One of the things that I do is that I do 12 resolutions. You don't have to do 12. You can do as many as you want or as little as you want, or just focus on certain areas of your life. For me, I love doing 12. The number that I have always done, and then go through that list. And usually they start a little bit vague. For example, I'll give you number 1. I want to accomplish some financial goals. And then underneath that, throughout the year, I make adjustments, or I make a more clearer vision on what I want to do for that financial resolution. Like, do I want to pay a credit card off? Do I want a certain amount of savings that I want to, save or increase? Is there a purchase that I want to make financially that I'm saving for or that I'm budgeting for, and so forth? Another one is fitness and health. A lot of people do a lot of fitness and health at the beginning of whatever year, not just 2025, right? A lot of people wait until January, and that's statistically out there that a lot of people join the gyms in January for healthier and more fulfilling, I guess, life, or whatever it is that they want to accomplish when it comes to fitness or joining the gym and so forth. So that's another big one, like getting healthier, whatever that might look like for you, whether it be eating, cooking more at home, learning to do different recipes. That's another different type of resolution. Another one that I like to do, especially for homeowners, if you have home projects that you want to accomplish, and you know how life just gets in the way, it's amazing. Like something always happens that when you have a project, it takes longer than you thought to accomplish that. So keep that in mind when you're leveling up. Write down your resolutions or your goals or your plans, however you want to label them, and then start a process of planning on how to follow through. I think that's the best advice out there. Write them down, however you want to call them and however you want to classify them, and then start being more proactive in picking that paper up. I do a little book, a little journal book, and then write them down. And then as the months go by, I pick them up, reflect, and making sure that I'm on track to hitting some of these goals and milestones that I have, written down that I want to accomplish. Another thing about planning is the ability for you to give yourself some grace. I know sometimes our worst critics are ourselves. Our worst critic could be our family near us. So make sure the people that you're telling your goals or your plans, if you are telling it to other people, that are people that are supportive, that are giving you honest feedback and that they want the best for you. I think that's one of the main things that stops people from progress is they tell the wrong people and they shoot you down and they just beat you up and you're like, well, I guess they're right. They know me. They know I'm not capable of this. And I want you to just be more cautious of who you tell your plans and your goals to in the coming year. Just because depending on the type of person there are, they might mean no harm by it. It's just their personality type. There's people that you tell them something and they're always like, oh yeah, that's not going to work out. Excuse me? So just be cautious of the people that you talk to and the people that you're planning your goals to, and then just move forward with that. So another caution to take into consideration. Another thing is to be flexible, that goals might change as you're reaching them, that you might get to a certain point and realize that you want to course correct and go in a different direction. And that happens a lot, and that's okay. Life is all about growing, becoming a better version of yourself, and just having fun and enjoying the process. And that also means reflection and adapting and correcting if something is not working out for you and you realize it's not bringing you joy or happiness. And it's okay. Go forward with that. Another thing that I also like to do is throughout the year is celebrate your milestones. Celebrate when you hit your goals. Celebrate yourself. It's so hard when we're so busy, when we are raising families, if that is your situation, because you are focused on everybody else except for yourself. So keep that in mind and consider celebrating yourself to motivate to go forward. And consider as you're moving forward in your journey to completing your goals to make sure that you're also enjoying your life, that you're enjoying your day to day, because it's so easy to get consumed with hitting goals, hitting milestones, that you get tunnel vision and you're not enjoying your day to day life and you're not being present in your life. So make that part of your goals for 2025. Although you have goals, resolutions, or plans of things that you want to get accomplished, make sure to enjoy the journey and the process of you getting to complete them. Celebrate yourself, celebrate your wins on this journey, and also be present when you're with family, friends. Be present with yourself, meditate, just continue to grow and become the person that you want to become and celebrate the person that you are today. It takes time to gain insight on how you operate. It seems like a clear picture, like, oh, you should know yourself better than anybody else. But sometimes there's so much going on that we don't sit with ourselves and realize our goals or our dreams or aspirations because we're just going through the motions of life. So enjoy the journey, enjoy the process of self-discovery, and adapt and be flexible to the changes that happen throughout everyone's lives, and find the joy in doing your day-to-day life. Find things that bring you joy, whatever they might be. Make time for those things. because at the end of the day, we only have one life. It's extremely short when you think about it in the whole scheme of things. So you have to put effort into making it the best life possible. And I have no doubt that you will continue to build upon your success of 2024. You're going to continue to level up, whatever that may look like for you. And if you're content and in a good place, continue that. Continue that process of self discovery, of celebration, and just continue to move forward in this thing that we call life. Again, if you like this type of content, hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.